Hello students, today we are going to continue with English chapter 3 from your supplementary reader book It So Happened, and the name of the chapter is The Selfish Giant. Here I am continuing with the second part of the chapter. If you want, you can view the first part. The hail stopped dancing over his head, and the north wind ceased roaring, and a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement. This much I discussed with you in the last video, that he got up from his sleep and he thought it was springtime. He saw a most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall, the children had crept in. He saw that the children had come in, and they were sitting in the branch of trees. The birds were flying about and twittering with delight, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again, and they had covered themselves with blossoms and were waving their arms gently above the children's head. Okay, so everything in the garden started blooming, all the plants started blooming, and the birds started singing, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. In the farthest corner of the garden was standing a little boy, so small that he could not reach up to the branch of the tree. As you can see in the picture, there is a little boy standing near the branch of the tree, but he was so tiny that he could not reach the tree. He was wandering all around the tree, crying bitterly. Means he was going here and there trying to get to the branch, and crying bitterly means very badly. The poor little tree was still covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was roaring about it. It was still winter in that corner of the garden. Okay, so in that corner, there was this one corner in the garden where there was still winter. How selfish I have been. Now I know why the spring would not come here. That's what he thinks. The tree bent its branches down as low as it could, but the boy was too tiny. And this wind was roaring about it, and the tree said that, "Climb up, little boy." It bent its branches down as low as it could, but the boy was so tiny that he could not reach. The giant's heart melted, and he was really sorry for what he had done. Okay, so this giant feels very bad, and he was very sorry for what he had done. So he crept downstairs and opened the front door quite softly and went out into the garden. So he slowly came down, opened the door, and went into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. So the children got scared looking at him, and they ran away. So the children ran away, and then again the garden became winter. Only the little boy did not run. Okay, all of them ran away, only this little boy did not run, for his eyes were so full of tears that he did not see the giant coming. As he was crying very bitterly, he did not see that the giant was coming. The giant stole up on him and took him gently in his hands. Okay, so this giant came near him and took him in his hand and put him up into the tree. Like you can see in the picture, the boy is now on the branch of the tree, and the tree broke at once into blossom, and the birds came and sang on it. So again this tree started blooming, and the birds on the tree also started singing, and the little boy stretched out his arms and flung them around the giant's neck and kissed him. As we hug someone, same way even he did that to the giant. When the children saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, came running back, and with them came the spring. And then these other children also observed that this giant was not wicked, means not very bad. So they all came again to the garden, and the garden became spring. He took a great hammer and knocked down the wall, and this giant then took a hammer and broke the wall. It is your garden now, little children, forever and ever. And then what he says, that this is your garden, children, forever and ever. And y'all can play whenever y'all want. But where is your little companion, the little boy I put on the tree? He's asking the kids that where is that little boy whom I made to sit on the tree? We don't know. He has gone away, and we don't know where he lives. We have never seen him before. Okay, so these were children say that we don't know where he lives, where he has gone, and we have never seen him. So this giant becomes a little sad. How I would like to see him. And now the giant felt very sad. After that day, every afternoon when school was over, the children came and played with the giant. Now again, after every day the school gets over, these children come and play in the garden with the giant. But the little boy whom the giant loved was never seen again. But the little boy for whom the giant was looking for, he did not find him again. The giant was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for his little friend and often spoke of him. Okay, so every time he sees these children, he would ask them and talk about him, as he was missing him very much. Years went by and the giant grew very old and feeble. Okay, so years went by and this giant became very old. He became very old, and feeble is weak. Okay, feeble means weak. He could not play about anymore. So he sat in a huge armchair and watched the children at their games and admired his garden. Okay, so slowly he started becoming old, so he would not be able to play with these children anymore. So he would sit there and observe them, thinking how nicely they are playing and what games they are playing. All that he would observe. I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. And then he talks to himself, that admires his garden and talks to himself that I have many beautiful flowers, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. One winter morning, as he was dressing, he saw a marvelous sight. Okay, so one day when he was dressing, he saw a marvelous sight. I don't hate the winter now, for it's merely the spring asleep and the flowers are resting. Okay, so he says that he doesn't hate the winter now because it is the spring is asleep and the flowers are resting. In the farthest corner of the garden was a tree quite covered with lovely white blossoms. Okay, in one corner there were a tree covered with white blossoms, means white blooming flowers. He rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked. Okay, so then he was a little shocked that how can flowers grow in winter. So he was thinking that from where did these flowers go. So he was a little. Its branches were golden, and silver fruit hung down from them, and underneath it stood the little boy he had loved. And then he sees that its branches were golden, and silver fruit hung down, means the fruits were hanging down, golden and silver. Underneath all that fruits and branches, there was this boy he loved. Downstairs ran the giant in great joy and out into the garden. Okay, so he sees that boy and then he rushes to the garden. He hastened across the grass and came near the child. Okay, so he very hastily, means very quickly, he came near the child. And when he came quite close, his face grew red with anger. As soon as he came close, his face was all red with anger. for on the palms of the child's hands were the prints of two nails. Okay, as he saw he got very angry because he saw the uh, two nails on the palms of the child's hand, and the prints of two nails were on the little feet. And then he saw that there were also prints of two nails on the little feet as well. So he gets shocked looking at these. The giant screamed with anger, "Who hath dared to wound thee? Tell me, that I may take my big sword and slay him." Slay means kill him. He's saying that who has dared to wound this little boy? I shall kill him. Nay, but these are the wounds of love. The boy says nay. Nay means no. These are the wounds of love. A strange awe fell on the giant, and he knelt before the little child. Okay, so he was in all awe and wonder, and he knelt in front of the little child. Who art thou means whose art is this? And the child smiled on the giant. You let me, and said, "You let me play once in your garden. Today you shall come with me to my garden." Okay, so this boy is saying that you let me play once in your garden. Now you shall come with me to my garden, which is paradise. And when the children ran in that afternoon, again after the school got over, they came to play like every day. They found the giant lying dead under the tree, and all covered with white blossoms. As you can see in the picture, that he is lying dead with all the flowers covering him. So this is the last part of the story. I hope you all have understood the chapter well. Thank you.